If you're watching this, you probably asked yourself at least once, am I good looking or am I cooked? This video is gonna clearly answer that. By the end of this video, you know exactly where you stand. I used to watch these exact videos when I was trying to improve my looks. And trust me, there was a time where I actually looked cooked. Hey, so listen closely. If you're an attractive guy, you notice these 5 signs. And if you actually don't fit into any of the categories, I can't lie, the fact that you're watching this video already tells me that your attractive reality is gonna catch up to you. No time wasted, let's run it, let's go. All right, now the first sign is quite interesting. People naturally want to be around you. When you look good, people always just want to know more about you. And when you really think about it, when you look at a good looking person, naturally you realize that you're a little bit curious. Even I as a guy, I notice this, like when I see a guy who looks good, I'm like, what's he doing well? What's he doing good? Like, I'm just naturally curious. When it comes to bodies, that's even a very, very different story. Like, you notice that you observe a little bit more. You also notice that's even one of the reasons why attractive guys get choosing signals. The women who find them attractive are like, they're curious. They just feel drawn to them. So there's something about attractive people. It's like there's a magnetic field around them and people just always want to be around them. I believe that's the reason why it's called attractive. Come on, come on. So if you're outside and you notice people wanting to be around you, standing closer to you, trying to include you more, hey, my guy, you got your side. All right, now the second point actually can work against you sometimes. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a conversation, maybe with a chick, and she's like, I know your girlfriend wouldn't like that. She most likely thinks you are attractive. When you think about the psychology behind this, you carry yourself well, you look put together. Women are not dumb. They know the ones, really. They know the ones. They know the guys that other women will also want. They're not as delusional as men. And she feels like, if I'm seeing this guy looks good, if I'm seeing that this guy looks put together, I'm most likely not the only person. Probably he's taken. So she sees you as a high value man based upon your presentation, based upon the way you so much invested into yourself. That's the reason why she's always trying to sniff. She's always trying to find out, oh, am I the only girl you're talking to? Am I the only girl who you're telling this to? Like, how many other girls do you say this to? If you've heard of that line or if you heard of that statement, I can't lie to you, you most likely are attractive. I can tell you, them incels are not getting that. It's only the Chads and Tyrones that are getting all those allegations. And the interesting thing is, women want guys who other women want. The only downside I would say to this is the constant how trying to sniff around. How probably like, if you have a babe who's a little bit on the insecure end, you might find out that like maybe she's trying to check your phone a little bit more. But trust me, this is a clear sign. The next point is actually subtle, but once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Now the third point, strangers ask you for help. Hey, I'm about to put you guys on game. Now, recently, whenever I actually want to speak to a girl who I actually find attractive, what I typically do is, I'm looking at my target acquired, and I'm walking up to her and I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm a little bit lost. Do you speak English or something? And she's probably gonna be like, oh yeah, I do. Then midway through the conversation, I'm switching. When I switch the conversation, I pretty much would be like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, like genuinely speaking, this was actually an excuse for me to actually just come speak to you. One thing I realized is when you're more attractive, people often want to actually help you. Now there's a phenomenon behind people actually wanting to help attractive people. It's called the halo effect. Now, when someone looks good, you automatically project good feelings or good emotions towards them. You realize that you kind of see them as more trustworthy, more safer. That's one of the reasons why I even find myself, me actually even gravitating to actually going to even go meet the attractive babe. I see her as trustworthy. I see her as competent. I see her as safe. If you randomly get strangers asking you for help, asking you for directions, I can assure you it's not random. It is perception, my guy. And once you see it, as I told you, you can't unsee it. Now the fourth point is actually quite interesting. People say you look like a celebrity. It doesn't get as straightforward as that. Like when you hear, oh, you look like, you already know. If that celebrity is attractive, ding, ding, ding. I've personally tried different looks, and there was a time where I was on braids and I used to work in this place and the customer was telling me, oh bro, you look like A$AP Rocky. And I was like, I looked and I was just like, hey, I can't lie. I'll take it. The fact that people compare you to a celebrity when they tell you, oh, you look like, and if the celebrity is attractive, I feel like they're literally just telling you, bro, like, you actually look good. And there's also something called phenotype. So it simply means that your features match that of the celebrity. So that's what you call phenotype. So you guys have similar phenotypes. It simply means that if that phenotype of the celebrity is attractive, you also are attractive. And this is also something I also realized that I even did when I was trying to improve my looks. I looked at someone who I had similar features to. You look at every single thing that they're doing well, and you can replicate every single thing. Like the beard style, you can look at how their eyebrows look a little bit thicker. You can look at how their hair, like the haircuts that they usually or typically would get. Now, another thing I also realized is when you are outside and people randomly ask you for photos, bro, it's also simply because they think you look like a celebrity and they also think you are attractive. One thing I also noticed was every single time I would present myself very well, I realized that people actually would ask me for random pictures. People would ask me for photos. When you're being stopped like that, you know, ding, ding, ding. This is a sign that you are actually a good looking guy. You're not gonna walk up to a random hooked incel or someone who looks with his beard patchy, who does not look good, who is not presentable. They're not gonna walk up to that kind of person to actually ask for a picture. So there's your sign, my guy. So this last point is actually, it's hella annoying. I won't lie. So other men slowly compete with you. If you are outside and you pretty much notice this, you can place your bet you're actually an attractive guy. Because we all know this one. Throw slick comments at you, trying to downplay you, trying to act a little bit overly protective. They're trying to compete against you, maybe in very subtle ways. You can bet your balls you're actually doing something right because you are someone who they actually low-key look up to. The point that actually hits the nail on the head is when probably you're walking and you notice that like you pass a guy and his girlfriend and the guy starts acting a little bit protective of his girlfriend. It's simply because he feels a little bit intimidated by you. Typically as men, we do not know how to process intimidation. So what we do is we try to compete with that person who we feel intimidated by. I personally believe that rather than being intimidated by a person who looks good, you should actually ask yourself, what is he doing right that I'm not being able to do right now? What is he doing good that I haven't yet started implementing? Because I believe that the difference between people who are better than you and people who are ahead of you is just simply things that you're doing well or things that they know that you don't know. There usually is information or systems that they actually have in place. People who are better than you or people who look more attractive than you are simply just doing things that you aren't doing yet. And this is literally what I help men with. I help men fix their confidence, improve their style. I help men level up in general. The fact that you're watching this video already simply tells me that you genuinely want to improve your life. You want to show up for yourself. You want to just show up for that person who you know you can be. And you also want control. You want to prove to yourself to some degree that you can change your life. So if you want guidance on your training, your nutrition, your discipline, you can book a call with the link. And let me know down in the comments what type of videos you guys would actually love me to actually do as well. With that said, like, you guys should stay locked in. And if you're not subbed to the channel, brother, what are you doing? Why are you not subbed to the channel? Hit that subscribe button and expect more videos. As always, keep improving and stay locked in.